Okay, guys, what we're doing today, we're going to start burning some wood in the wood burner here, heater for the house. This heater will put out enough heat to heat a 2,000 foot plus house, a little bit over that. So if you put the wood to it, it'll definitely do the job. I've done that. And so in middle Georgia, it's supposed to be about 35 degrees tonight. I don't burn a wood heater very often. It don't get that cold in Georgia most of the time. But Hurricane Heleen knocked down about 22 trees in my yard, big trees. So I've been cutting those up, and so I got a ton of firewood. Might as well use it, right? So the wood heater, they're well worth it if you like to burn wood and you like the smell of wood. I usually have decoration all around this right here. I took everything off of it because of the heat this thing puts out. So that's one reason you have like a stone base right here and back here and all. And this pipe that goes up through here. They make a special cement for these pipes where they're sectional. In case they're leaking smoke, you can put this special black cement on it and it'll seal it. No problem with that. So if you haven't used a wood stove in a while, make sure this pipe goes up straight up, and when it goes up, it has a big pipe around it as it goes through your attic. Make sure that there's no boxes or anything close to that might get too hot and catch on fire up there. And so it's got a damper button right here, and this is kind of, it is Suburban. So if you lower the damper, if you close the damper on it, then the wood will kind of smolder and stay burning a lot longer. Okay, I can put a big log in here, like 8-inch, 9-inch log in here at night, say at 11 o'clock at night, and put the damper down low, and it'll smolder all night and still give off heat. And then I can throw some wood in it, small pieces of wood in the fireplace in the morning. There'll be enough coals left for it to start back up, and then I put bigger wood in it. So that works out pretty good. But I usually turn the damper all the way open, which is down in here, and open the door when I first start a fire to get the air will rush in here, and it'll cause it to burn a lot quicker, your wood, and you get your coals a lot faster. But if you're playing with a wood stove, you got to always check it. You can't go play a video game or watch a television program for 30 minutes and then come back and check it. Your house may burn up. So, it needs to be controlled to get your fire right, and then put your larger wood in here so that you can let it burn. But once the wood gets burning and got plenty of coals, I put big pieces of wood in here, maybe 8-9 inches, that I split in two, and then turn the damper about a quarter way up from the bottom, from being fully closed to about a quarter open. And you can kind of control the heat, because it can put out a tremendous amount of heat. Because if you have it wide open, it'll just burn the wood up a lot faster. So whatever you need. And I always use a ceiling fan. Like this is the living room. You use a ceiling fan, turn that on, and that way it sucks the air. You can reverse the ceiling fan to suck the air up toward the ceiling, and it'll bounce it back down. And you can heat up your whole house doing that with ceiling fans. So let's get going here. The type here. Make sure your damper's open so air can suck through there. And I cut up some wood. You always want to have wood that's small. So you want to have wood that's small when you start out. And at the very bottom right here is some lighter wood. Lighter wood comes from like a stump from a pine tree. Super hard. It's got turpentine in it. And it burns really good, like it's got gasoline on it. not that explosive, but it burns really well. Some people use kerosene on their wood a little bit for a fire starter, but you can see this is just some old oak wood right here. It's not very big. You want to start out small and make kind of like a pile of it like that. But again, this is the lighter wood down here. It's 2 pieces, about 7 inches long and about 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. And it burns slow, and it'll catch it up. But if you don't start out with small wood like this right here, small strips of wood, then it's going to be difficult to get your fire going. So let me get a match or a lighter. Okay, this is just a lighter. This is the lighter wood. I only got 2 pieces of it. And you see how it burns? That's slow, which that's kind of what you want. You want a slow fire. And that way you have more heat on that wood to catch it up. Kind of like a candle burning right there. Now the other wood is dry, so it don't take much to get it going. But make sure your damper is open, because if your damper's not open, then it's not going to be able to suck air. And what makes the fire really burn, especially when you're starting off, the damper's wide open. It'll suck the air through there faster, spread the flame faster. I'll check on it in a minute. Well, we're getting her started here. Now I watch it and I leave the door open because it can suck in more air. You can see how the flames are going up. It'll burn, get started a lot quicker, so you can't take your eye off of it. And there's a little smoke coming up here, which you see that. Close the door. But if your flue's not open all the way, or damper, it's not going to suck air right, and then it's going to go out. So you can kind of open and check on it every few minutes, but you can hear it crackling. So when you get a flame, put this right here. When you get a flame like this right here, you can put some of the bigger wood on top of that. But the damper's wide open. You can see the flames coming up the pipe. I like the smell of wood burning anyway, so. Now we can put this bigger wood in here. Pretty good. Pretty good roaring fire there. Get ready for the big wood. Now we'll let it get cooking good. Now we'll let the wood start burning real well now. Then we can put some bigger wood in there. Now we got some large wood here, and we're about ready for that. And then I'm gonna cut the damper down. I just want to get this heat right here going. You can see we got plenty of coal right here. Now we'll put this in here and then turn the damper down, and it's getting really hot, so cut the temperature down that way. closing the damper down to about a quarter way. Okay, so we got these two big pieces of wood in here. Now, we got all these coals down here. And you can't touch this handle anymore because it's red hot. Make sure you wear gloves when you do this too. That's what it says right here on this. You clean out the ashes on the bottom right here. It's got a tray that comes out. All right. And see, this is full. Going to a quarter right there. Okay, that'll slow it down. And if you have ceiling fans, turn on your ceiling fans, and it'll circulate that heat through your house. And I'm gonna go outside and look at the smokestack and make sure there's no flames coming out of that. Okay, see the smoke coming up and no flames there. When you burn wood, sometimes you can get kind of that sticky creosote in the wood, and it'll get caught up in your pipes and catch on fire, and you have flames coming out the top there, which is not good. And you probably can't tell it, but it is a beautiful starry night. It's just as clear as it can be. Okay, I put another huge piece of wood in here. How big this piece is? This is about 10 inches. Half a log I cut. That was the other two. So that will probably last me all night. And I got the damper down, so it's just kind of more or less smoldering. And make sure the door is shut good. The outer door here on these, they won't close if that door is not shut good, so make sure you close that door.